Alright, so cycle 5 is done and out of the way. Just like cycle 4, I had a lot of hiccups, a lot of delays. Um, it was, yeah, they're not getting easier. So I went for the first chemo on cycle 5 and I failed the health check again. Nothing new here, but I didn't fail it by much. It was a very small margin, so instead of being delayed a full week to the next Wednesday, I was told to go home and take the injections that I have been taking for 2 days and then go back on the Friday, which I did. Went in early Friday morning, got retested, and I made the benchmark. So instead of having chemo on the Wednesday, I had it on a Friday. No, it just shifts everything. It really messed with my mind because I'm used to going in on the Wednesday, getting chemo, being very tired Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday are always like my worst days. So now I'm calculating in my mind like now my worst days are moving from a Saturday, Sunday to a Monday, Tuesday, which takes me to work, uh, and it's just um, it just messed my mind up quite a bit trying to do that shift, and it was a really really awful week. I suffered the Friday, I suffered the Saturday, I suffered the Sunday. I suffered the Monday, I suffered the Tuesday. I ended up taking that Monday and Tuesday off from work. That was when we had a storm, so I kind of just lay in bed while it rained all day. But I really, really struggled. I threatened to quit chemo again, like I always do. I never mean it, but I'm always threatening to quit on those days. Anyway, the next week came and I couldn't go straight back to Wednesday because I'd already shifted it to a Friday, so I needed to have it a full week apart. So I had to do it the next Friday. And I'd even negotiated with my doctor to move it to the Wednesday because, quite frankly, I just didn't want to do any of it. I was probably putting it off, but I put on my big boy pants and called them back and said, no, actually, I'll take the Friday. You don't have to delay it. And I found a renewed sense of it's determination. I found a new sense of determination because I'm so close. At that point, I had 3 treatments left and then I'd be done. So we went in on the Friday and um, yeah, the Saturday, Sunday was not too bad. The Monday, Tuesday, it was rough, but we got through it. The real drama though happened last week, the week after I got the second dose of Cycle 5, where I got sick again. And just how I ended up in hospital previously, I decided to be much more cautious this time. And okay, I mean, it still took me 2 days to go to the doctor, so I guess I could have been even more cautious. But I spent Wednesday night very sick, uh, Thursday as well. Um, and that's when I thought, okay, maybe I should just go get the blood test done just to make sure my white blood cells haven't hit zero again. And I went on Friday, got the test, and they said no, they're putting me back in hospital. The white cells weren't exactly zero; they were 1.5, and it's supposed to be around 3. So it wasn't good, and I'd caught an infection again. So white blood cells were down, infection marker was up. Spent 4 days back in hospital. They eventually determined that I didn't have a regular infection. I just had COVID. So all the antibiotics they had me on with, I guess, for nothing, maybe. I don't know. But as soon as they figured out that I just had COVID, they kind of just discharged me and sent me home to go deal with it. Um, and now I've been recovering from that for the last week. So my chest has been really messed up. I'm coughing a lot. Um, and yeah, Luckily, I don't think I was recovering from chemo and COVID at the same time. I was kind of just like one after another. But balancing that and work and what's left of the social life, I guess, it's been a lot of hard work. But as always, I'm very grateful to the people around me. Through this whole scenario, I have not lacked people that care. And thank you to all those people. At any given time, like I there's so many people that I could call or talk to if I chose to. People that have given me support in so many different ways. And it's just made the load a lot easier. At no point have I been alone. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for it every day. But so 10 down, 2 to go. Starting cycle 6 on Wednesday in 2 days' time. And with the chest infection I've got now, or I don't know if you call it an infection, but whatever I've got, COVID recovery, I am not super optimistic that I'm going to pass the benchmark on Wednesday, so might see more delays for the last stretch. Um, so we'll just have to see. I didn't get to use all my injections that they gave me the last time because I ended up in the big house, the hospital. So I've been using it. I used one of them yesterday, I mean today, and I use the last one tomorrow just as a 2 day boost before I go get tested. So hopefully that strengthens my immune system enough to go get chemo. Uh, I wanted to do my last cycle in one go instead of going twice, day 1, day 8. I wanted to just get it all in one go, like I'd had them back in 2022. Kind of like sprint over the finish line, I'm willing to be sick an extra day or two if it means I get to finish a whole week early. I was quite excited about tackling that. I really worked myself up for it, really psyched myself out to convince myself that, this is how I'm going to get through it. This is how I'm not going to quit the treatment. But the doctor said no. He said these chemicals are far more dangerous than the previous ones we've used. So there's no reality where I would be able to take both the doses at once. So we got 2 more to go. And, the next update I send, we will be done with the chemo. Whenever that may be, it should hopefully be the 18th of June if there are no delays. Crossing fingers. And then, yeah, 3 weeks after that, I will get my scan. So I'm not going to have any final results in the next video. It'll be the one after that. But yeah, cycle 5 is finished, and I'm feeling strangely motivated to do the cycle 6. It's much easier knowing that we're right at the end and we don't have to do many more after this. So yeah, uh, see you next time if you watch frequently, I guess.